The last time I was at a restaurant, I was charged over 14,000 naira for a bowl of Caesar salad. And I thought to myself that that's quite an outrageous price because I can actually make the same Caesar salad for less than 5,000 naira and get multiple servings from the ingredients that I would use. So I went back to my house, rethought my whole life, and I said to myself that I was never ever going to be buying Caesar salad from a restaurant again. And anytime I crave it, I would make it. Caesar salads happen to be one of my favorite salads in the world for many obvious reasons. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you my version of the popular Caesar salad recipe. Now, if you haven't gotten in on the Caesar salad action, I'm hoping that that's about to change today because I'm going to simplify how Caesar salad is made so that you too can start making it from the comfort of your home with very little money. Let's get right into it, shall we? To put a Caesar salad together, there are 4 main components that you need to focus your attention on. The first one is, of course, making the croutons. And croutons are pretty much made from just bread, pepper, some salt, garlic powder, and then some olive oil as well. And they add some texture and crunch to the salad. The second component is, of course, the sauce. And this is what actually binds the entire salad together. And you make the sauce from using mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, some parmesan cheese, garlic paste, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. The third component you need to focus on is the protein, and usually chicken is used. You just simply season the chicken with some garlic, lemon juice, salt and pepper, and then of course using some chicken breast. And then the final component is the salad base itself, which is pretty much made from just lettuce and then some parmesan cheese as well. So we're going to take it one component at a time and then now work our way to building the entire salad. So let's get started with the croutons. Making the croutons is pretty simple, and I'm going to be using some what we popularly call agege breads in this part of the world, but you can use any bread loaf that you like to make this. What I'm going to do is just cut up the bread pieces into tiny bite-sized pieces, okay, just like so. Be careful not to overly squash the bread. Caesar salad is a salad that's actually a complete balanced diet. Whoever created it had a balanced diet in mind because you can get carbohydrates from the bread, you can get your protein from the chicken, then you can get your other minerals, vitamins and fiber from the lettuce, and then what's the final one? The sauce. You get your healthy fats from the sauce as well. So it's one salad that I eat on a regular because I'm very big on living a healthy lifestyle. So it's one salad that I use to enjoy my meals with, and then of course eat on its own. So all of the bread pieces are cut up into bite-sized pieces like this. So what I'm going to do next is just transfer all of the bread pieces into a bowl like so, and then I'll grab some olive oil. You can also use butter, melted butter if you have that, and just drizzle that over the top of the bread. You just want to ensure that the bread pieces are coated with the oil, and then just season up the bread pieces with some black pepper, some garlic powder. You can use the fresh garlic powder if that's what you have, and then of course some salt. And then I'll just give it a good toss to mix everything together, ensuring that each bread slice is coated with the olive oil, the pepper, the salt, and everything else I added. So once the bread pieces are all coated, just grab a tray. I line this one with some parchment paper. Then I'm going to transfer all of the bread pieces onto the tray like so. Spread it out to form an even layer. And then afterwards, all I'm going to do is just take this, place it in a 180 degrees preheated oven. Allow it to bake for about 15-20 minutes or until it is nice and toasted and very crunchy. You want to achieve that very crunchy texture because that's exactly what you need for the salad. Remember, I said that the croutons add some texture and crunch to your salad. So let me just take this into the oven and then we clear out, and then we move to the second component, which of course would be the chicken. So for the second component, which is the chicken, I'm going to be using some boneless chicken breasts. I'm just going to pretty much start by cutting up the chicken pieces into tiny bite-sized pieces. You can go ahead and pancit the chicken in its whole form like this, but I prefer to cut it into tiny chunks so that the ingredients I'm going to be using to marinate this will penetrate right into the chicken and will give for a more flavorful tasty chicken. Now for an even looking salad, I'm gonna cut these chicken pieces the same size that I cut up the croutons so that they actually come out looking alike or looking even. Okay, so that's the chicken pieces all cut up now. So in this bowl, I'll transfer the chicken pieces and then I'll season this with some garlic paste and fresh pepper. I'm also going to be using a little bit of garlic powder because I find that it also gives it a unique flavor. I'll be using some black pepper as well, and then some lemon juice to add more flavor and then to tenderize the chicken pieces. And then finally, I would sprinkle some salt to taste. And then afterwards, I'll just give this a good mix just to combine everything together. You can drizzle a tiny little bit of oil just to help the ingredients that you've added to the chicken stick to the chicken pieces. Okay, now if you have some time on your hand for at least an hour, you can allow this to marinate. The longer it marinates, the more flavorful your chicken pieces would be. But if you don't have any time on your hand, then it's fine. You can just go ahead and move to the next step of the process. Okay, time for some chicken action. I already have a pan heating up on medium to high heat because we're going to be pan searing the chicken in it, and I'm going to add some olive oil, just a tiny drizzle of olive oil. If you want to add some flavor at this point, you can add some butter, or you can use some butter as your fat of choice instead of olive oil. And then afterwards, just let the oil heat up slightly, and I'll transfer all of the chicken pieces into the pan like so. It's the sizzle! I love the sound of the sizzle. It brings so much light into the kitchen. Alright, so we're just gonna spread that around, allow it to pan sear on one side, then I'll flip things around and continue to stir fry until the chicken pieces has lost all of its thickness and it's slightly brown. Okay, so the chicken pieces have browned up just like I like it. You can go deeper if you want, and of course if you do not want to brown the chicken pieces in the pan, you can use an oven or you can use your air fryer. Grab a plate real quick and then transfer all of the chicken pieces onto the plate. We'll set it aside and then move over to the next component. So before we move on to the third component, just a quick update on the croutons. They are nice and brown, just like you want it, and it's super duper crunchy as well. If you can listen for the crunch, that's exactly what you want. So chicken is ready, croutons are ready. I'm just going to set this off to the side and then we'll get started with the sauce. So the sauce is pretty simple. It's just a mixing of different ingredients. I'm going to be using some mayonnaise. Now, if you want to keep things very healthy, you can choose to use your Greek yogurt. Transfer some of that mayo in the bowl. Then I'm also going to add some Dijon mustard, some garlic paste to this as well. Some lemon juice will go in. This is a flavor bomb happening in this bowl right here. Some parmesan cheese, a tiny bit of black pepper, and then of course a sprinkle of salt. And that's pretty much it for the sauce. All we have to do at this point is just give everything a good mix to combine. This actually looks so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in the fridge to just sit there and have a good time. See how easy it is to make the salad. You can literally make the salad in less than 15 minutes if you have all of your ingredients available. All right, so let's move over to the fourth component. Okay, the final component of the Caesar salad would be the salad base itself, and the salad base is pretty much made with some lettuce and Parmesan cheese. Now, the traditional Caesar salad uses Roman lettuce, but I find that you can use the regular Nigerian lettuce that you find. The Nigerian lettuce aren't as crunchy as the Roman lettuce, that's what I find. But if you have access to the Roman lettuce, please by all means use that instead. The Nigerian lettuce is more affordable than this one. This one is a little bit priced because it's not grown here and it has to be imported. Okay, so what I'm gonna do quickly is just grab a knife and then I'll cut up the lettuce in half. Look at how beautiful, and I love the patterns of the lettuce. God, they create for real, for real. Now, usually what I find that the restaurants do that I really don't like is that they cut up the lettuce leaves into really large chunks. I'm not a goat. I always try to tell them, please, I want it cut into really tiny bite-sized pieces. That's the good thing about making your own salad at home. You get to do what you want. I'm gonna just cut off the rest into tiny pieces. You can even use your hand to tear up the leaves if you want, and you can use any pattern that your heart desires. Just ensure that you try your best to cut the lettuce leaves evenly. These leaves are so crunchy. Let me see if you guys can hear the crunch. So crunchy. And that's pretty much it. The lettuce leaves are all cut up. I'm going to use this big salad bowl to just mix up everything together. So what I'm going to do now is just transfer all of the shredded lettuce leaves into the bowl. If you were serving this for dinner, for example, you can just decide to serve the different components individually, like you have a salad bar, and then have people just pick what they want. But if you're making this for yourself, you can go ahead and just mix everything together in the bowl and enjoy if it's just for you. So the lettuce leaves is in there. I'm also going to be adding the parmesan cheese just right on top of it, like so. I'll grab the chicken and the croutons, which I already have here, nice and brown and smells so amazing. I'll put the chicken in first and then add the croutons as well. Of course, the final components to put all of this together will be the sauce. But before I add the sauce, I want to give this a good toss first, just to combine everything together. You guys see how easy it is to make a Caesar salad, right? If you can make it at home yourself, okay? Now, this is a traditional way of making a Caesar salad. But by all means, sometimes I really like to go wild. I add other vegetables into this. Sometimes I add sweet corn. Sometimes I add bell peppers. Sometimes I add avocado. It depends on what I'm feeling or what I have available on my fridge, in my fridge at the time. At this point, I would also transfer all of the sauce in there. A Caesar salad is usually very creamy, so you can go easy on the cream if you are on a healthy eating lifestyle. But if you are using Greek yogurt as the base for your cream, then you can go heavy on it, okay? So the cream is in there. I'm just going to give it another toss just to combine everything together one final time. And you will see how this cream will bring the entire salad bowl together and it will be ready to be devoured. Easy peasy, right? Love it. And that's pretty much it for the Caesar salad. Looks good. Definitely looks like something that should grace your dinner table, maybe your Sunday lunch table, or when you're having guests over and you want to serve a salad. Do things up and make this high quality premium style salad, okay? So all I'm going to do right now is just plate this up on a plate and then we'll give it a taste. You can enjoy it as a side with your rice or your pasta or any of your other carb dishes. This absolutely is worth the effort, worth the try. I'm gonna make it extra pretty at the top just to make it more presentable, like so. And finally, just sprinkle some of that Parmesan cheese right at the top. And there you have it. The Caesar salad is good and ready to be devoured.